Well, hello there. Welcome to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. All right, it is June the 20th as of the time I'm recording this video, and we are getting very close. We expect to be getting a 50% off Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble and perhaps on Amazon.com in the month of July, and we're getting really close to that point. So the closer we get, the more excited I get about it, and I've been putting together my list of titles that I plan to pick up in this month's sale. So I have a list here that I'm gonna go through of the top 5 titles that I'm most looking forward to picking up in this month's sale. Now, usually what happens is during the July and November 50% off Barnes & Noble sales or Criterion, I'll have a list of 5 to 10 titles, and those are the titles I'm primarily focused on or gunning for. But then there will always be a title or two that I end up picking up that I didn't initially plan to pick up, and that'll sort of make my haul for that particular sale. So I do have a couple of other titles that's sort of in that I might pick up in July or may wait till the October flash sale or the November 50% off sale. So I've got a couple of those titles that I'll share with you, but I want to hear in the comment section below, what titles do you plan to pick up in this month's July 50% off sale? What category do you fall in? Are you someone who is looking to maybe stay on the sidelines this sale? You're not really interested in participating in this month's sale? Or are you someone who is wildly interested and you have a list of a dozen or more titles that you plan to pick up in a massive haul? Or are you somewhere in between like me? Because I'll tell you where I am as a Criterion collector. At this point, my collection is probably in the neighborhood of around 600 releases from the Criterion collection. I'm not a Criterion completionist. I never will be. There's certain specific titles that I want, and then there's others that, you know, I don't particularly have to have. So I'm not a completionist, but I love most of the titles in the Criterion collection, and I have been collecting them for the better part of a decade. And what I try to do is, for the most part with these sales at this point, because I've gotten most of the back catalog titles that I want at this point, it's really just a matter of getting those new releases that I'm most interested in. And usually for a July or November sale, I'm focused on anywhere between 5 to 7 titles in a particular July or November sale. So I'm sort of beyond that huge haul stage. I don't really particularly like to go overboard with these sales. I try to keep it fairly modest, in part because I do purchase a number of titles throughout the year from Criterion, not just on the sale month. So what I will do here is I will share with you those top targets on my list for this upcoming sale. I have them on this sheet of paper, but I also have on my handy dandy cell phone. The actual Criterion site is up, and I've got a tab open here for new releases and coming soon. So I'm gonna go to the new releases on the Criterion Collection site here, and you see the twin girls from the wonderful release from Celine Sciamma of Petit Maman. That is a highly recommended title. But I'm just gonna scroll here from the bottom of that list. And the first title that I have on my list of top targets for this coming July sale that I plan to definitely pick up is the Blu-ray release from Joanne Micklin-Sickler of her film called Chilly Scenes of Winter. And this is from 1979. So it's a 1979 film. It's 95 minutes and it comes in at spine 1176. So I plan on picking up that title. It's supposedly a nice drama. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's about relationships and romance, but I know very little about it. But it's a title that I'm interested in because this is a director I'm not familiar with, and this will be an opportunity to explore Miss Silver's work. So I'm interested in diving into it. This is Chilly Scenes of Winter. So looking forward to picking that up. But as you scroll through the titles that have been recently released from the Criterion Collection, there have been some awesome titles. I mean, The Seventh Seal 4K has come out. If you don't own the Ingmar Bergman set, if you don't own The Seventh Seal, if you're into classic cinema, that's a good one to consider picking up. I have heard mixed things on Triangle of Sadness, but that's a 4K that's available. Recent 4K upgrades of Wings of Desire and Branded to Kill are also out now. I've held off on those upgrades because I'm pretty happy with my Blu-ray copies of those films. And then you'll see 3 titles on the new release list that I definitely want to mention here real quickly as heavy recommendations for this sale. The month of May ended on a bang when you had 3 amazing titles come out in a row. On May the 16th, Targets came out. I did a review of this on the channel. This is a wonderful film here that I highly, highly recommend, from Peter Bogdanovich, starring Boris Karloff in his final role. Definitely consider Targets. Really nice Blu-ray. The Blu-ray of Petit Maman, the second or another film from Celine Sciamma. She's the director of Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Highly recommend this one. I did a review of that on the channel. And then what I think is probably the best release from the Criterion collection so far this year is Thelma and Louise on 4K, the Ridley Scott film starring Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis in this Ridley Scott film from 1991. This was my first time seeing this film, and I tell you what, it is absolutely phenomenal. I did a review of this live shortly after I landed in New York City a few weeks ago for my birthday celebration. I did a little quick live stream review of this title. This is one of the best releases of the year from Criterion or anybody. This 4K looks absolutely stunningly amazing with that nice southwestern landscape as a backdrop, and they're driving through those wonderful landscapes. It's just a beautiful looking film to watch. It's like looking at a painting or a piece of art. It is absolutely gorgeous. The story is great. The acting is great. Everything about this movie makes this probably one of my absolute, if not probably going to be my favorite Ridley Scott film. There's a chance it could be. Now I know Blade Runner and Blade Runner and Alien are certainly high up there, but Thelma and Louise might, when it's all said and done, take the top spot for me. So those are some of the new releases that have come out that you ought to definitely consider. Of course, Rules of the Game on 4K is coming out. I have that on Blu-ray. I'm holding off on that. Time Bandits 4K is also recently out, and that's one I'll consider. Another Terry Gilliam film. But the second title that I'm thinking about that's at the top of my list for this upcoming sale is the Joseph Losey film called The Servant. So that is a title that I'm very much looking forward to picking up in this month's sale coming up. And this is The Servant you see here. There's also Medicine for Melancholy, but that's one that'll probably wait for a future sale. But The Servant is one that I'm really interested in checking out. This is a psychological type thriller. I know very little about it, but I've heard great things about this film. So that is the second title on my list of titles that I am most looking forward to picking up. After that, there's 3 more titles that's at the top of my list that are coming out during the month of July. So I'm going to switch on my phone here to the tab of coming soon here and scroll down to those July releases that I am most looking forward to picking up. So starting with the Martin Scorsese film on 4K of After Hours. This is his film from 1985, 97 minutes. His spine number 1185 is getting a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray combo pack release, and I'm looking forward to checking this out. This is a title that I've been hearing about for years now, of people highly anticipating this coming out from Criterion. So I've never seen the film, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. And that's coming out on July the 11th. So I plan to pick that one up. I also plan to pick up this huge Western box set called the Renowned Westerns, 5 films directed by Bud Boddicker, the collector's set. So that's coming out on July the 18th. So I'm looking forward to picking that up. And on that same date, we are getting this film here upgraded to 4K. Now this is Breathless, the Jean-Luc Godard film from 1960. The film that is the very definition of the French New Wave. It's a wonderful film that I highly recommend if you're interested in classic cinema and you're interested in learning more about the French New Wave and learning about films of this vintage. I would highly recommend checking this out. It's in French. It comes in at 90 minutes, so it doesn't hold you very long. And it is just a wonderful, wonderful film that I highly, highly recommend. You have Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg in this film. You see them up here. Actually, these are other people in the film here. But this is just a groundbreaking film of the French New Wave. This is the Blu-ray edition here. It comes in a really nice digipack. And this is a title that is not on my top 5 absolute must-gets for this sale. It's called A Bout de Souffle, or Breathless. But this is a title that I might do the 4K upgrade in the November sale. So I'm gonna probably hold off on it, or I may wait for the October flash sale, but we shall see. Let me know in the comment section if you plan on getting the Breathless 4K, and if it will be a first time pickup for you, or if it will be an upgrade. Let me know what you think about that. But I think for now, I'm perfectly happy with the Blu-ray for now, and I may consider an upgrade later in the year. So that is the Breathless 4K. And then the last title that's coming out in the month of July, and I'm really excited about this one. It is a film from Carl Franklin, and this will be his second 4K in the Criterion collection, and actually only his second film in the entire collection, and that is One False Move. And it is a film that stars Bill Paxton, Cinda Williams, Billy Bob Thornton, and Michael Beach. So this is coming out on 4K Ultra HD. It is a film from 1992 at 105 minutes, and it's coming in at spy number 1187. And I'm very much looking forward to that. This will be Carl Franklin's second film in the collection, following up from last year, which was the year of Denzel in the Criterion collection, where, oh, I pulled the wrong title. Hold on. Where Devil in a Blue Dress, this other highly recommended title from Carl Franklin starring Denzel Washington. This came out last year on 4K Ultra HD. It's a Carl Franklin film. Denzel Washington plays Easy Rollins, and it is a very nice release from the Criterion collection. I'm expecting similar things from One False Move, and that will make the 5th title that I'm highly anticipating picking up in this sale. So Chilly Sweet Scenes of Winter on Blu-ray, The Servant on Blu-ray, After Hours 4K, The Renowned Westerns on 4K, and One False Move on 4K are my top 5 titles that I plan to pick up in this sale. Now, the titles that's in more the wait for November list for me are this wonderful box set that is films from Pasolini from the 1960s, Pasolini 101. So I'm probably gonna wait on that one for the November sale, but who knows? It may end up in my cart for the July sale. We shall see. Let me know if you plan to pick up the Pasolini 101 set. The Watermelon Woman, which is a film from Cheryl Dunye. This is a film that's coming out on Blu-ray from Criterion during the month of July. I'm probably gonna wait for the November sale for that. I've already mentioned Breathless 4K, so I will wait for the November sale for that, probably. And then there's another title that I have been seeing on the shelves at Barnes & Noble for years, that every Criterion sale, I always pass in this title. But this might be the year that I pick up Eating Raoul on Blu-ray. I don't know for sure. I've heard pretty good things about it. It's an old Criterion release, and that may be one of those back catalog titles that I end up going ahead and pulling the trigger on and going ahead and getting in this sale. Let me know in the comment section if you have Eating Raoul, or if you've seen the film, and if so, what you think about that title. So there you have it. Those are the titles I'm planning to pick up in this upcoming July Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection sale. Let me know in the comment section below, what titles do you plan to pick up in this sale? What titles are you most excited to pick up in this upcoming 50% off Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection sale? It's getting close, folks. We're almost there. Get those lists together. I've got plenty of Criterion Collection recommendation videos out there. I've got tons of reviews out there. Check out the playlist on this channel as you're putting the final touches on your list. It's an exciting time of the year. Let's go get it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace. Happy shopping, everybody.